Hey, what's up, Divine Ones? It's Latoya Okeia. Welcome back to another video. So let's get right on into it, baby. I'm so excited yet again to be able to bring y'all another message, bring you another word. Let's get right on into it. So I was talking to somebody the other day and I said I'm gonna do a video about this particular topic right here because I mentioned this before in some of the other videos, and so I wanted to talk about it today on today's video. So the conversation that I was having with somebody, we was talking about taking on the spirit of what you want, of whatever it is that you desire. You have to take on the spirit of that thing. And then as I was talking about that, and as I was just meditating on that topic, the Lord, I just began to get more and more revelation about Jesus Christ and his life. And he really embodied that. Like anybody that we want to, that we desire to look up to, or desire to be like these people, or we desire to we see them as like our role model. For one, that should be Jesus, okay? Because Jesus is the number one role model, baby, okay? And so looking at his life, he embodied and he exemplified and he showed us what it meant to really take on the spirit of something, to walk in the spirit. Because even though he was flesh, even though he was also a man, he was also in a human body, he constantly walked in the spirit of his heavenly Father. He constantly took on the spirit of heaven, and he continued to walk out the word on earth just as it was in heaven. So he was physically here, right? He was physically here in the flesh, but he was not existing in the flesh, if that makes sense. He was here physically in the flesh, but his spirit, he had taken on the spirit of something else, of something higher than this world, something above this world. And so this is what God revealed to me. He said, whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you want, first of all, you have to go to God, okay? And you have to let your request be made known unto him, because you got to make sure that whatever it is that you desiring and whatever it is that you want, you got to make sure that this is in alignment with the will and the purpose that God has for your life. Because we can't just be out here wanting stuff and desiring stuff, and we don't even know if that's what God has for us, or if that goes against what his purpose and his will is for our life. So first and foremost, you take whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you want, you take it to God in prayer. And you pray about it and give it to him, and wait for wisdom and discernment and confirmation and revelation from God, because he's going to let you know. He's going to give you your sign, your confirmation, to let you know if this is in alignment with his will. And one of the main ways that you can tell if whatever it is that you want or desire is in the will of the Father, and if it's his desire for you to have it, it will not go against scripture. It will not go against his word. It will not go against his laws and his principles, which is the word of God. Okay. So once you have verified that whatever this thing is that you desire or that you want, that it is in alignment with God's purpose and his will and his word for your life, immediately right after that, you have to take on the spirit of that thing. You have to take on the spirit of whatever it is that you desire, meaning that when you go to God and when you pray and you give it to him and you ask him and you let your request be made known unto him, when you get up from that place of prayer, you're supposed to get up as though that thing was in your hand today. You're supposed to get up from prayer as if it was in your possession today, as if you was laying hands on it today, as if it was standing right in front of you today. And you are supposed to give gratitude, give thanks. I'm telling y'all, this is how you're going to get that blessing. This is how you're going to get what you desire. And let me say this too, because I know when people hear me say, or you may say, get the blessing. Your focus in the beginning is the blessing. You want the blessing. But I want to encourage you to not be only focused on the blessing, but I want you to be focused on becoming the person that God has created you to be. Because I learned this in pursuit of certain things that I thought I wanted and I thought I was ready for, that it was not about those things. It was not about those people, those places. It didn't have nothing to do with a blessing. But it was about me becoming the person. There was a certain level that I had to get to mentally. There was a certain person that I had to become. There was a transformation that had to take place in order for me to get whatever that thing was. And so I want to let you know that it's not about what you get, but it's who you had to become in order to get it. Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal, because you're going to get all kind of stuff. You're going to have all kind of blessings. You're going to receive all kind of breakthroughs, all kind of overflow, physical things, mental things, emotional things, spiritual things, all types of things you're going to receive. But I want you to remember that and keep your focus on the fact that it is not these things. It is not all this other stuff, these blessings and stuff, but it's the person that I am becoming. Okay. So get lost in the process. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the person that you are becoming. And then if you're going to idolize somebody, it need to be Jesus. Okay. If you're going to be looking up to somebody, it need to be Jesus. It don't need to be me. It don't need to be none of these folk. It need to be Jesus. If you're going to look up to somebody, you're going to idolize somebody, you're going to make somebody your role model, you're going to imitate somebody, it needs to be Jesus, because he showed us, he embodied it, he exemplified it, what it meant to walk in the spirit, what it meant to take on the spirit. Come on now. He took on the spirit of the kingdom. He took on the spirit of righteousness. He took on the spirit of salvation. Glory be to God. And so you use that same principle. But I'm telling you, your power gonna work now. It's gonna work because of who you are in God, and you a divine one and you a chosen one. So you got to make sure that you're using your power for good and not for evil. Make sure you're using your power for the kingdom of heaven, not to manifest and create some stuff that you wanted to go and do on your own, but make sure that it is in alignment with the will and the purpose that God has for your life. And then you begin to take on the spirit of that thing. I'm going to give y'all an example. So what I'm doing now, everybody that I'm talking to now online, my clients, my students, I created a life coaching business officially. I've been life coaching for years, but I created an official life coaching business back in 2019 when I left my job, and I really gave it 1000% and gave it everything that I had. So before the clients and all that could come, before any of the success could come, I had to take on the spirit of a successful life coach. I could not become a successful life coach until I first took on the spirit of a successful life coach. So what did I do? I did exactly what I was just telling y'all. I went to God first to make sure that this was in alignment with the will and the purpose that God had for my life. I saw how I was able to take coaching and how I was able to use the gifts that God placed inside of me. He showed me how to take my gift of teaching the word, of preaching the word, of helping people become the person that he created them to be, helping people find their purpose, helping people activate beast mode for the kingdom of heaven. He showed me how I was able to take all of those gifts that he placed inside of me and use it in the life coaching space. So after going to God and seeing that, okay, I can fulfill my purpose here. Like, this is in alignment with what God has called me to do. So after that, after I verified that with God, after that, I started taking on the spirit of a successful life coach. People ask me how I was doing. I'm doing wonderful. I am blessed. I am great. I am successful. I am prosperous. I am loved. I am abundant. So when you take on the spirit of something, you speaking this thing over yourself. You're not only just speaking it, but you also feeling it. And this takes a very strong person, because you got to be able to feel it and say it and speak it every day, regardless of what's going on in your outer environment. See, Jesus had all kind of stuff going on around him, baby, but his eyes was fixed on the kingdom. Come on now. His spirit was fixed on the kingdom. He had took on the spirit of that thing, and he walked in the spirit. And God says, as long as you can stay, as long as you can remain in the spirit of whatever it is that you desire, he says you will have it. You will have it, baby. He will give it to you. He will open up the windows of heaven, and he will pour you out a blessing that there will not even be enough room for you to receive it. I remember when I first started doing my live videos and stuff. Check on the time because I got to go get the kids in a few minutes. But I remember when I first started doing my live videos and stuff, when nobody watching me, but I knew that I desired to be able to impact and influence a lot of people through social media, through videos, through online. So what did I do? I took on the spirit of somebody that did that. I started acting like I was that person before it even happened. That's what it means to take on the spirit of what you want. You start acting like the person that would have it before you even get it. So you say, okay, if I had this, then what would I be doing right now? Okay. And for those of you that want to be healed, you desire a healing in whatever area of your life or your body, you have to take on the spirit of that healing. So you have to say, okay, if I was healed today, if my body was healed today, if my body was in shape today, how would I be eating? What would I be eating? What would I be drinking? Would I be going to the gym? Would I be working out so I can maintain my body? Okay, well, let me go ahead and take on the spirit of that now. Let me go ahead and start becoming that person now. That's what it means to take on the spirit of whatever it is that you want. Because until you take on the spirit of what you want, it can't come because you're not in alignment with it. You're not on the same wavelength as you. So you got to get on the same pattern. You got to get on the same wavelength of whatever it is that you want. If what you desire is marriage. Now remember we said we ain't idolizing nothing but Jesus. So we ain't idolizing no marriages. We not idolizing no businesses, no money, none of that stuff. We ain't idolizing no physical things. The only thing that we looking up to and that we trying to be like and that we idolizing is Jesus Christ. And that's it. Everything else is extra. You got to think of it like, I want it, I desire it, but I don't need it. I need Jesus. I need the kingdom. That's what I need. And so, but if this is what you desire, then you make that request known to God, make that request known to your Father. And then once you make that request known to him, you begin to take on the spirit of that thing. So if you had your kingdom spouse today, how would you be acting? Would you be laying around in your bed, depressed and sad and mad because you ain't got nobody to, take a walk with, or you ain't got nobody to talk to on the phone, or you ain't got, no, you would be happy. You would be fulfilled. You would be at peace. You would be in love. So you can be all of those things now. You don't have to wait until you meet the person that God has for you. You got to take on the spirit of that now. So you got to start walking in love now. You got to start feeling like love now. You got to start being fulfilled now. If what you desire is money, or you want success in your business, or you want to climb the corporate ladder on your job, you have to take on the spirit of that thing now. So right now, while you're making X amount of money per hour and you working the job that you hate, you got to shift in your mind and you got to say, if I was working my dream job, how would I come in here? If this was my dream job, how would I show up? How would I be working? What would my work ethic be like? What would my smile be like? Would I be cheesing? Okay, let me go ahead and cheese now. Let me go ahead and smile now. Would I be coming in early? Okay, let me go ahead and start coming in early now. So you take on the spirit of whatever it is that you want. And then you got to be strong in order to do this, baby, because you have to maintain this. This is not something you could do one time and then it show up. You have to maintain this over a period of time. And so this is what happens. In order for you to maintain it over a period of time, let me tell you what happened. You slowly start to really become that person. So it's like you pretending in the beginning, but when you continue to do it through repetition and you continue to get up every day and fix your posture as if you had the thing that you want. It's got to be in every step you take. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, it got to be in every step you take. It got to be in your stride, baby. It got to be in your walk, your talk, your demeanor, your energy. You have to take on the spirit of that thing, meaning in your mind, it got to look like you already got it. You got to feel so full like it's already yours. You got to feel so fulfilled like you done already laid hands on that thing. You got to take on the spirit of whatever it is that you want. And God says, when you do that, baby, when it's in alignment with what God has for you, he going to release that thing. He going to release that thing. But it's not because of something you did once or every now and then. It's something you did over a long period of time. It has to become a lifestyle. So when you take on the spirit of this thing and it becomes your lifestyle, watch and see what happens. Because in the beginning, I took on the spirit of a successful life coach. I took on the spirit of a successful content creator. I took on the spirit of somebody that had hundreds of people watching them online when they went live. And I did that when I had one person watching me, when I had 0 people watching me, when it wasn't nobody but me and Jesus. I took on the spirit or somebody that had 500 people watching them, 1,000 people watching them. And then what I did was, when I came on and I created and I did my videos and I taught my classes, I dressed up just like I would if I would have had 500 people up there. I blocked time out on my schedule to record them videos. It didn't matter that nobody wasn't watching. I didn't care, because I had took on the spirit of what I wanted. In my mind, it had already happened. So I was doing videos and I was creating and I was teaching and I was recording like it had already happened. And guess what? It did happen. And that's the way it's going to happen for you. So if you want to grow your platform, that's a nugget. That's a key. What type of spirit, what type of attitude? Attitude is another word for spirit. What type of spirit or attitude are you creating in? Because you got to take on the spirit of whatever it is that you want. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, business owner, successful mother, father, whatever, wife, husband, you have to take on the spirit of that now. You cannot wait until that thing happen to say, then I'll get happy, then I'll be grateful, then I'll get excited. No, you have to be excited now, because that's what's going to make it come, baby. That's what's going to bring it to you. Okay? Take on the spirit of whatever it is that you want. So I'm in a rush right now, so I got to get going, but I'm going to dig deeper in this. I plan to do this in a live, but I just didn't have time today. So I just wanted to record a quick video. But I want y'all to get y'all journal, get y'all blue ink pens, replay this message, take notes from it. To all my students in the membership in my academy, we're going to dig deeper in this, baby. And we're going to dig deeper on this on the channel as well, because when you start taking on the spirit of whatever it is that you want, you're going to start seeing these things show up, and you going to look up and you're going to realize, like, it don't matter whether I got the stuff or not, because I'm just happy about the person that I'm becoming. I'm happy that I'm changing. I'm happy that my transformation is here. This is how your transformation happens, okay? So I am Latoya Okeia. I love you so much. To all of my wonderful divine ones, baby, if the Lord leads you to, I want you to join me on May the 31st for our next masterclass / seminar, okay? And it is called the Spiritual Sledgehammer, baby. So y'all click the link below and sign up. We're going to be kicking this thing off on May 31st, 2023. At 6 p.m. on Zoom, and it is a spiritual seminar. We're going to be teaching you how to pick up the spiritual sledgehammer, baby, and how to bust down all the bricks and the lies and the limitations from your mind, so that you can become the person that God created you to be, so that you can shatter that false identity and show you how to forget them folks and how to walk in your divine purpose, baby, okay? And I'm gonna also be showing y'all how to take on that spirit of whatever it is that you want. So get in the seminar, baby. The link is below, and I hope that I get an opportunity to see you inside. I love y'all so much, and I'll check in with y'all later.